Hey, Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Welcome to my home in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, comment on this video so that I can get maximum exposure. And also, please sign up for the 5-Minute Motivator membership so that you can have these episodes delivered right to your inbox 6 days a week, along with getting a free PDF of one of my books and the invitation to purchase at an extraordinarily low price the audio rendition of that same book. And that's kind of the reason why I am actually suggesting this particular episode today. I have been talking to a few people, or we've been emailing back and forth, and one of the things that I cover in my live presentations is something that I call learning modalities. That's kind of a fancy term, but what it means is that people learn different, and as managers we have to make sure that we understand how an individual actually learns. And I want to keep this simple. There are three primary ways of learning: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Let's talk about all three. An individual that learns visually likes to have the information presented to them where they can see it. Okay? That makes a lot of sense. Some individuals are like that. Consequently, if you have an individual that works for you that is a visual learner, I'll explain how in just a minute, what you may want to do is jot things down for them, draw graphs, whatever it happens to be. Now, here's the clue for if the individual is a visual learner. When you're talking to the individual, they may say something like, I see what you're saying, or I can see what the outcome will be. When they start using visual terms, that means that they are probably a visual learner. Okay, again, very simple. Don't hold me to this if you're a professional and saying, well, there's other circumstances. Of course there are. I'm trying to give you some information that would make sense in a short video. Auditory. These are individuals that like to hear to learn. So consequently, what you may want to do is repeat what you said several different ways. Now, I do this in economics all the time. When I'm lecturing in economics, I will take something and I will repeat it several times. Some slow, some fast. And the reason being is that I want individuals who are more auditory listeners to be able to hear it and then to be able to get it into their notes properly. How do you know if the person's an auditory learner? Hey, I hear you. Did you ever hear that before? Of course you have. Individuals talk like that. I hear what you're saying. Okay, that is a clue to an auditory learner. So consider that. Kinesthetic is the feeling person. This is the tactile person. This is the person that not only wants to understand, but they want to do. So consequently, an individual like that, you may have to have them dive right into the project. And your time in terms of learning might be working with them on the back end or the middle end, showing them what they did right and showing them what they could correct to be even better in the future. Okay? And these are individuals who will talk to you and say, you know, I feel as if, feel. Okay? So you have visual, you have auditory, and you have kinesthetic. Three different ways of learning with three different senses: the eyes, the ears, and the touch. Ladies and gentlemen, learning occurs at a much more expeditious rate if you use a concept called multisensory impact. That is, you get more than one sense involved in the learning process. This works with children, and it also works with adults. So I'd like you to consider this in terms of your management and leadership training. The more senses that you can get involved in your training with an individual, the greater the success of them having that information stick and then having them metabolize it. And then the most important part is having them use that information. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. These are ways to help your people become better. And isn't that your job as a manager? Bill Shaka, thanking you for attending another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Looking forward to seeing you in additional editions. Bye-bye now.